So I ran across an old friend of mine from high school, and he is now a highly successful attorney. And he told me, in fact, he was wanting to build a coffee shop right next to his office. Well, sure enough, 6 months later, I drive past his office, and there it is, a brand new coffee shop. And he had a really great name for it, too. His coffee shop was called Grounds for Divorce. Ooh. I remember back in high school, a bunch of us are walking down the sidewalk, and we came to some fresh, wet cement that had just been poured in the sidewalk. And a guy that I was with is like, "Hey, let's put our hands in the cement and leave our fingerprints there." And so he knelt down real fast and pushed his hands into the concrete. Wouldn't you know it, the owner of the building comes running out with a shovel and chased him away and was yelling at him. Turns out that was probably not a real good idea, but he did leave a lasting impression. Several years ago, I met a man in a wheelchair, and he had two dogs with him, and his dogs were named Goodness and Mercy. I said, "Sir, why are your dogs named Goodness and Mercy?" And he smiled and he said, "Well, that's because they will follow me all the days of my life." Love it. I made a suggestion at that point. I said, "Sir, if you happen to get a third dog, maybe you could name her Shirley." You may have heard about the scuba diving company off the coast near Miami. They've been in business for 30 years, and recently things got really difficult, and I hate to say it, but after 30 years in business, they went under. So my mother called me the other day, and she said, "What would you like for your birthday?" And I said, "Hey, how about some kind of a childhood toy that would just help me relive those great years?" And sure enough, I got a gift in the mail. My mother sent me a box of crayons. And you know, the purple ones still taste the best. A good friend of mine is planning a 10-day vacation in London, and he has been researching everything: accommodations, entertainment, food. He's been researching it all. And then he turned and looked at me, and he seriously asked me, he said, "Do they speak English?" So a guy that I work with named Charlie seems to understand women much better than I do. And I asked him one day, I said, "Hey, what do you do to cheer up your wife? Is there something you can pick up on the way home?" He said, "My wife's had a bad day, and I just wanted to cheer her up." And he said, "White flowers. I just get some white flowers, and it always makes her so happy." I was like, "Oh, great. Thank you, Charlie." So on my way home that day, I stopped at the grocery store, and oh, she's going to be so surprised. I got her both all-purpose and self-rising flour. Oh, can't wait to see the look on her face. So I got a phone call the other day, and it was from a number that I didn't recognize, and next to the phone number there on my screen it said potential spam. I thought, hey, I love spam. You slice it up, fry it, it's amazing. So I took that phone call. I said, "Yes, I'd like 3 pounds of spam, and send it right away." And they hung up on me. So I went in to donate blood, and the nurse said, "Hey, do you know what your blood type is?" And I said, it's red." And she kind of giggled a little bit. She said, yeah, but what type? And I said, kind of a bright red, like my old Ford truck I used to have. So I got an email from a guy. He said, hey, you're not that funny. Don't quit your day job. Well, I thanked him for his constructive criticism, and then I told him I was looking forward to reading his new book, Surviving Living in Your Mom's Basement for 45 Years. Bestseller.